Hey, Sonny here. Merry Christmas to you all. And today I want to show you how to play Blue Christmas. It was written by Billy Hayes and Jay Johnson. I'm going to show you how to play it finger picking style. And I just posted a video, the one before this one, how to play it. It's got a little swing to it. It's almost like the Elvis Presley version. So let's break it down. The first thing, let's cover the chords. Mainly is in the key of C. So you have the C chord. Just open C chord. I'll put the chord fingers down in the description. And also you have the G7 chord. Basically that's the fifth chord of C. So that's a dominant 7. That's why it's G7. And then you also have there's a variation on a C into a C7th. And then you also have the fourth chord in the key of C, which is F chord. You can play the bar chord, or you can just play the last 4th string on acoustic guitar. Just show you the chord. And then you also have F sharp diminished chord right here. That's like a little strange chord right there. But that's pretty much it. Oh, you also have a D7 chord as well. D7th. So that's it. The core chords are C, G7th, and F. And then in between that, that's also the D7 chord, and then the F sharp diminished chord. So that's it. So let's get to the song itself. Okay, the first phrase goes like this. Okay, so what I'm doing is I play the open G chord, open G string, and then you plug the 2nd fret of D and 1st fret on the B string together. And I use my ring finger on the 3rd fret on the D and pinky on the 3rd fret on the B and play those 2 notes. So you got, and then you quickly lift up your hand. You'll play the A3 and open E string together. And then you play the 2nd fret of D by itself, and then open G, and back to 3rd fret on the D, on the A. So far with this. And then while your fingers stay where you are, don't move it, and you play the 1st fret on the B string, and the 2nd fret on the D. And then A3 and open E string together again, and then 2nd fret of D and 3rd fret on the B string together. I use my middle finger and pinky. I'm sorry. And then open G string only. Sorry. And then like an A minor 7th chord shape back to the D2 and B1. And then open B string along with the 3rd fret on the E string, low E string together. So I use my middle finger for that. 3rd fret on the E. And then open D string and 3rd fret on the B. So far with this. And make sure you get a little swing when you do the single note. I'm gonna do it one more time for you. Actually, on the last part I just show you is open D string and the 3rd fret on the B. I use my pinky to play that. That way you don't have to move your hand at all. So my pinky is on the 3rd fret on the B, along with the open D string. And after that, the next part goes like this. So second fret on the A, open G, open D, and then third fret on the E. Got like a little swing to it. So that finished our first phrase. Let me play for you again from the entire phrase again, slowly. Okay, so that's phrase 1. Next phrase goes like this. Okay, so what I'm playing there, I go open G, third fret of D and B string together, and then open G string and open high E string together, and then you'll play the G7 shape. You'll play third fret on the low E string and first fret on the high E string together. So you got a little stretch here, so I use my ring finger on the low E string and first finger on the first fret on the high E string, and they play single note on the G string and open G string, open B string, and open D string, and then play first fret again on the E, open G string again. Alright, and then second fret of G and first fret of E together, and then open G and open high E string together, and then single note on the D string, and the first and third fret on the B, and then you play two notes together. You play like a C shape. You play A3 and first fret on the B string together, and then open G and open E string together. So far with this. And then you finish up with the phrase 2. Phrase 2 goes like this. It's like a C shape again. So you go second fret on the A string by itself. Second fret on the D string by itself, and then first fret on the B, open G, and then third fret on the A. Alright, so that's phrase 2. Phrase 2 slowly again one more time. Alright, put two phrases together, both phrases. Okay. Third phrase goes like this. Alright, so the third phrase, so you start from the G string, open G string, and then you do the C shape, but then you're playing A3 and open high E string together, and then I do like and then you play open D string and first fret on the E's, and I use my middle finger and ring finger. I play the I play D2 and high E3, and then open G string by itself, and then you play the G2 and first fret on the high E, and open G, open E together, and then you use, this time I use index finger and pinky. I play second fret on the D and third fret on the E, That way you can free up your hand, and I use my ring finger, play the 3rd fret on the G string, and back to the G2 and high E 1st fret, and then open G, open E again. So far with this. And then you play the 3rd fret on the D and B string together, and then 2nd fret on the G, single note, while you let the 3rd fret ring out on the D and the B string. And you play that again, D3 and B3 together, and then open G, open high E, and then D3 and 1st fret on the E together. And you do like a bass walk down line, so you start from the 2nd fret on the G string, single note, 3rd fret, 2nd fret on the D, and then 1st fret on the D. So the phrase 3 goes like this. And then phrase 4 goes like this. I get a little more swing, you get a little more swing to it. That was straightforward. A little swing to it sounds like this. Okay, so what I'm doing is I play the open D and high E string together. I'm use my middle finger and play only 4th fret on the D, and I use my ring finger and my index finger. I play A5 and B3. That way I can use my middle finger and my pinky and play the next part, which is 4th fret on the D and 5th fret on the G string together. So that's a little tricky right there. And then you play the open high E string along with 5th fret on the A string. You just lift up all your fingers except your ring finger and play that part. So far with this, slowly. And after that you play that, you'll play D4 and B3 together. You just put your finger back on there like a C shape, and then 5th fret on the A, and then you put your pinky on the 5th fret on G, and you play the D4 and G5 again. Alright, it's a little tricky right there. I'm going to show the 2 measure both together slowly again. Okay, one more time. And you finish up with this. So it's like a walk up on the bass. So you start from the G string and B string together, opens upward on those two strings, and then you play low E3 and B string together, open. And I use my ring finger and play the low E3, and then you play open A string and 1st fret on the B string together, and then you play A1 and B2 together. Use my index finger and pinky, and slide up half step. And then you move up half step and you play A2 and B3, still using your index finger and pinky. So the last part again. So the whole phrase 4 goes like this slowly. Okay, and then you'll repeat the whole thing again, just like I show you. So you'll circle. Now next part, right after that. So this is like this is the phrase 3. Instead of going to we won't play that part. We'll play something completely different after that. So after we go. And then we'll connect it with this next part right here. So I call it a phrase 3B because we switch up. So it's, the phrase 3B goes like this. So it kind of goes upward. So again. So this is the F sharp diminished chord. So what I'm doing is I play D3 and B3 together, 2nd fret on G, open G, open E string together, and then 2nd fret on the G, 1st fret on the E, and you slide up, you use your index finger and pinky, you play the 4th fret on the D and 5th fret on the high E string, and then you use your ring finger while those 2 fingers still ringing out those notes. You're ringing out those notes. You put the middle finger on the G5, and then you play that together with the B4 together. So it's G5, B4, and then you play the 4th fret again on the D string by itself. And I just move down quickly and play the 2nd fret on the G string with my index finger again. Okay, so far with this phrase 3B. The first half is just like phrase 3. So I'll play that part first. This part is where it's different. Play one more time for you again. Next part. So that's the last phrase to it's like the end of the song. So what I'm playing is I play a low E string and then the G string together, open D, and then open D and open B string together, and then 2nd fret on the D and 1st fret on the B together, and then 3rd fret on the D, 3rd fret on the B together, open G. So far with this. Next part, open G, and then low E3 and open high E together, open G string, and then A3 and B3 together, and then 1st fret on the D, 1st fret on the B, 2nd fret on the D, open G, back to 2nd fret on the D, and 3rd fret on the AJ. So the whole phrase goes like this again slowly. So you don't move your hand that very much. You try to keep it in the same position. You just lift your finger when you need to. If you don't need to move, keep the finger where it is before. So let me play the last phrase again slowly. I'm sorry. One more time. So that's the whole song, Blue Christmas. You can play it over and over. To memorize those notes is probably the hardest part because it's a lot of repetitive shape and notes over and over. Hope that helps, and thanks for watching.